Because criticism, judgment, disappointment, and false expectations never motivated anyone to perform at their best, including you. There was probably, without exception, everyone in here, someone in your life was very patient and loved you for the person that God created you to be, how you came out of the womb, and accepted you without judgment and helped you as you went along and celebrated the little victories. And as we went to leadership conference and had our tissues out watching the bricks of our company slowly but surely retire, something revved up in me. Have you ever had something you caught that could not be extinguished, that you almost couldn't explain? Raise your hand if you've ever had that. And that could not, I have chills on my legs that I have hose in my bag, and I'm in Florida. I'm like, what am I doing wearing hose here? I'm hot. So sorry, they're not that pretty, they're kind of white. But I had chills on my legs. And I thought, we must rise up.
Amen.
We are the remnant. Many of us met her. Many of us didn't. Some of us have mamas who were nationals. Y'all, we have got a gigantic responsibility.
That's it.
And that's what this class is about. I once heard it said that self-confidence is when you can focus on someone else, and lack of self-confidence is too much focus on self. And so the number one job is fix yourself.
Come on.
Figure it out.
Come on.
I came out of the chute this year having a gigantically powerful, like 35,000 don't hate me, July, August year, wholesale. Why was this? I've been to Mary Kay a hot minute, and I was a tad bit sad with myself and my failure. And I prayed to the Lord for wisdom. How often do you spend time with Him? Because the health of a relationship is how much time we talk with them. If you're not talking to your husband, you're mad at him. If you're not talking to God, what's going on? God
Go ahead
first,
now.
family second, career third. The master of the universe that created the color of your eyes and your fingerprints, which with they identify criminals because it's so unique. And you're too busy like a rat on a wheel to get with your creator and ask him to give you wisdom. We're missing out. James 1. He gives it to all of us liberally without finding fault. Without finding fault. God does not find fault. Finding fault with people does not develop them. And so then I said to myself, enough. How many of you ever said enough? One time in a speech, one of my favorite things I ever heard Mary Kay Ash say, and she said in that little quiet, sweet voice, she said, a woman really doesn't do anything till she's mad. She's right. And I said to myself, I'm going to reinvent myself right now. And I've just been hired by this company called Mary Kay, and I have this many years experience. And then I open up my safe. We have a lot of times. And I said, I get to choose any diamond I want to wear each day. And I already have a company car. It's in my driveway. And this is my uniform, this or this black petticoat. This is what they wear. These are your directors. Listen carefully. This can change your life. I'm not kidding. No matter where you're in your career. These are your directors you've been given. Here they are. Here's their reports. I'm shaking. This is so life-changing. Here are your consultants, and here's your customer base. This is your assistant. This is your house assistant. It was accepting what I already had in place.
Come on.
Here they are. Print them out, and this is what you got to work with. Your job is to turn this organization around. Woo. Because culture will eat strategy for breakfast. What is yours, my friend?
Go ahead.
All the new consultant knows is the Jill she gets tomorrow when she joins. If you need to reinvent, do it. I also went to my closet. I learned this from my very fashionable Enneagram 3 daughter. And I did what I needed to do to my closet. That was pitiful because we had sacrificed to put 3 children through college and do all the things that we did for them. And the old couch and all of it all went. Goodbye. And I only wore what I loved. This may sound basic, but it wasn't because I came out new.
Come on.
My husband was diagnosed with cancer. That's not in this class. But work while you can, because I had to take 2 months off. So my $1 million year went do. But guess what? I was there.
Come
Be on this
on.
diet, I was there. Worked very hard grind. Grinding means that at the end of the day, and it's okay if you don't like me,
Come on, Audrey, tell
you
them.
ain't got nothing left.
Girl, tell them.
That's when you're satisfied. The reason a lot of us are we're mediocre and it doesn't inspire anybody, including us or those who are following, who know that we are being mediocre. None of that was in the notes. Okay, back to this. That was under the point. Creating an atmosphere of success for your team begins with the solid mindset and mental strength of the coach. Have you ever been asked to teach and you're preparing a class and you're like mad at yourself because you had an aha moment and you're like, this makes me mad, I hope it doesn't make them mad. This is that point right here. I was like, I hate myself. Okay. The power of necessity. If you've read the book that teaches that concept, think of your DIQ. Depending on when you came into Mary Kay, you had to have how many people to finish in 4 months? How many?
34.
30 or 24. When is the last time in 4 months or less your growth was 24 to 30 to 30? I know. I will leave the stage now. Sorry. Looking ugly at me. I know. I'm like, oh. Okay. So we experience aha moment together and we realize that growth is actually a decision. So what are we thinking about? Because when you were at your prime, when you decided, all you thought about was, who am I recruiting today? And you didn't think about it enough. In the last week, you did it all. And suddenly you were powerful and fearless because you had a made-up mind and it reduced your fear because you had already decided you were going to finish. We must finish. Getting work done every day. I love the 6 most list.
Come on.
But it's not a win, is it? What is your win, which is actually a result in a day? And my dear husband, who's from New York, I'm a Georgia girl, one day looked at me, 300, 300, 300, 300, hanging my plaque so neatly, the perfectionist I am, years ago. And I was so excited, look at my plaque. It was like my 6th or 7th. And he goes, I think you've got this unit club figured out. You're not growing. And walked out. I was mad as a hornet. We did 687 the next year.
Go ahead, girl.
And cruise to Greece. First trip. I thought nothing is going to keep my feet, my husband's feet, off of that boat. It was a cruise trip. Nothing is. I was fearless. I was changed. I talked to top directors. It changed me because it was true. So exciting. So, we're working with 3 groups of people to build our unit, right? We're working with us, the sales director. We are an entire group. Let it sing. God is powerful. Feel your power. Remember how good you are. If every single one of us had to have somebody lead a day in our organization, would you pick your red or somebody in here? Just think.
You better say it.
You're a group. You forgot. You're the quarterback. You're Michael Jordan. You can outperform them all. Unless they have a stronger purpose than you.
They gave me chills.
Now your red's more skilled and she might not know what she's doing. She's on fire. And she appreciates the opportunity.
Come on.
And the fact that while her husband had cancer,
Come on.
$2,000 in reorders came in and I had to pay for a bunch of stuff. It was really expensive. I'm shaken. It's worth it. Are you ready for the future and what may or may not happen? We're not living in fear, but are you ready? Is your bank account ready? Are you so comfortable with your money? You're just fine. No, you're not. What if very serious treatment had to be received? This is not a doom and gloom, y'all. It was an aha moment for me and a renewed belief and opportunity that it had changed the trajectory of my future when the most important person of my life needed me to be right there all the time and have money to pay for all the things. Wow, we have health insurance. But you know what I'm saying? You ever had one of them expensive crises? No. The second group, the new people. The third group, the key people. And the re-key people Consultants who you will contact following career conference to see if she's ready. Because you're looking at your organization fresh. And maybe she's a love. And maybe she didn't want to disappoint you. But just check in. When I redid my organization, I called on the phone, with voice, every single unit member, because after all, this was my new company. I needed to see who they were and what was going on, right? All my directors, they were amazing. All of them. Interesting how many began to have $10,000 months and things changed. Interesting. It's still making me shake. It was that cool, you guys. And some of you haven't been in Mary Kay a long time, and this might sound like you're like, this woman's weird, get her off the stage. But some of you might understand what this means. Okay. When you get into their hearts, they will work with their hands.
Yep.
Unless we are influenced by her uniqueness, she won't be influenced by our advice. When we get into their hearts, they will work with their hands. This is why you performed so well if you played sports, for a coach that drew out the very best in you, because he or she got into you and your team's heart. Unless we are influenced by her uniqueness, she won't be influenced by our advice, and she knows if you care or not. She knows if it's sincere, because God gave her the sixth sense that he gave to us as women, and we all know what it is. It is intuition. She knows it. If you do not care about people, get with the Lord and figure out what the deal is and get obedient, because he cared about them. Simplest way to grow by 10 a month. I come from the Karen Pirro and Arlene Lennar's legacy. Number one is 10 interviews a week. 10 interviews a week is the simplest thing Karen ever taught me, and it's never failed me. 40 interviews a month has never failed me when I don't know what to do. And the second thing she taught us is that we get a gold medal, and then we make a list of 3 to 5 people that we can help get 1 to 2 team members, and that would equal our 10 growth a month. We get a gold medal, make a list of 3 to 5 people we could work with, call them up, have a conversation, and that can equal 10 growth a month. Many want 20, but this is the other thing I had to do when I reinvented myself. I had to stop shooting this high and never making it and feeling like truly a failure. And I had to cut my goal in half. This may not inspire some of you, but it worked for me. And then when I got that victory feeling, then I performed at a higher level. Developing a healthy, strong relationship with the new beauty consultant in her first 30 days, with the vision of the first 90 days being foundational in her longevity and catching the culture of your team, remembering that culture eats strategy for breakfast. What is your culture? Senior and red fast. Turn the tassel, come back to your unit today. You are a new person, and this is your culture. Wrap everything around creating the culture of why they want to be a senior in a red. In this outline, it said, show them how to make a powerful army of reds. And I called corporate because I was asked to teach in Charlotte next week. And I said, you made a mistake. You asked me to teach in Jacksonville. I'm not supposed to teach it too. And they said, yes, you are. So sometimes God's doing stuff, y'all, that we didn't do. He did it for us. And I looked at the beginning of this year and I reinvented myself at how many reds I had, and there was no army. I'm just a very honest 8 Enneagram person. It was embarrassing. There was no army. And I thought, well, what am I promoting? I don't talk about it. And so in a minute, I'll tell you the different things we did to turn that needle. So you invest time at the front end with someone before you know if she is serious. At the beginning, with a new consultant, her getting time with me is not earned. However, I'm strategic based on beginning inventories. You know what I mean? You feeling me here? But I'm strategic based on her responsiveness to get me in front of her circle, the list with the numbers. The number one thing I'm looking for is her willingness and responsiveness. The sign of leadership. I don't work with silence. Do you? I don't beat the same dead horse and hope it starts riding. Our responsibility as directors is to train and develop our consultants, equipping them with what they need to be successful. It's the time you invest in the beginning before there's any evidence of her greatness that she will remember. So several teachers I've noticed have been teaching on the new consultant process. Jill did a great job on that yesterday, so I'm not going to go into that, but giving them the foundation is your connection point, and this gives the new consultant staying power. Look at your retention. Are there systems to keep it? Telling people you don't want to lose them. Look at the T67 fallout. Boom. My plaques wouldn't be on the wall without retention. I mean, it would be almost that club, but it was lots of people being retained that I had worked for. Consider how hard you work for it, a booker, recruiter, interviewer, investor. Well, I want to keep her. And that's a whole other thing. Remember, when they trust you, they'll follow you, and a +1, they'll lead you to their circle of friends. And this is multiple wins from a single focus. She builds a business and you build a leader. New consultant orientation is where dreams are born. On the way here, I got to ride with my daughter's consultants and ask them what their dreams were. How often do you do that? Mary Kay Ash asked us to do that. These precious performers were like, dreams? You mean like I can dream? They had a lot of questions about what a dream was. So how often are we asking that? Because that gets people out of bed in the morning, isn't it? And also, I just wrote down this. How is building a business possible without the training? It would be like starting a new job and never getting any training and being expected to do the job successfully. And so I'm very much about them knowing what they're doing. When they begin, my opening conversation after I learned about them is, I care about you. You can count on me to treat your friends and family like they're my own. I will not be pushy with them. I will go to the wall for you, and I will do my very, very best at your party. And your job is to get people in front of me, and I will not let you down. I will not be perfect, but I will not let you down, because I'm going to work very hard to help you get that money for your family to pay for the da-da-da. And that's whatever it is, it's their reason linked to what they say, and I mean it, and then I do it. You can count on it, there it is. And I know you'll do your best too, and together we're a winning team. I'm gonna be asking you a few questions to get to know you better, to help you with a strategy, to help you move farther, faster with confidence. How is your confidence, Susan? How would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being you're real confident, 1 you'd like to work on it. How would you rate your communication skills? 10, 1. Whatever you want to know about her, to me, those are the magic bullets. Confidence is the magic ingredient. I want to know how she feels about that and see if she would like to work on it, which comes later, but I'm just kind of finding out. And then I'm like, who are the first 5 people you would love to share skincare with? Let's make a list of them right now. And I have a list before I meet with her that has her name on it. It's a little, just one of those nice little journals I keep in my purse. It's non-threatening. And I have my phone totally off, away. The glow isn't even happening. And I'm so focused, and I'm writing. Do you realize, y'all, this is not condescending, or that sounded like it, but how many people haven't had someone look at them in the eye in a while, like caring, like even if it is on Zoom, like really, I'm listening to you. I'm not, even on the way here, the sweet millennials, I thought, you're texting while you're riding with me. You don't even realize this is gold. It's not about me, but they don't know. We're gold. People who care are gold, silver, diamonds. When she sees and you have an uninterrupted conversation with somebody, a lot happens, and then you follow up, and you follow up, and you follow up, and you're relentless, and you follow up. And the way I do it is I set my phone. I've got things that are set because of some things I deal with being squirrely. And I call her. And I follow, and it shows I care. Your husband, he sent you the roses, he pursued you. He called you, he bugged you. I don't even mention my husband. He pursued me like no one else. I'm like, who is this guy from New York? He's a nerd biology major. I take the football players. I'm like, who is Todd MacDowall? I'm like, he won't leave me alone. My friend goes, just go out with him and get a free hamburger. The point of this, which is exactly what I did. I was like, go out with that guy one time. I don't even know who he is. Blah. Here's the point. That was an illustration to hook you.
That's it.
With this.
That's it.
Women want to be pursued.
That's it. Just like God pursues us.
It's the foundation of you making her feel important.
Amen.
If she doesn't respond and won't ever say yes to a date, bye-bye, Felicia. But if she will, I'm going to get in front of her people and replace her before she leaves, because she might. But I'm going to give her a warm circle while she's giving it to me, because it's only going to last for a hot minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't waste my time.
Come on.
Y'all all know this stuff. I can tell while you're looking at me like, would you get to the next point?
No, girl,
What's the amount of money you would like to earn monthly? Why do people quit Mary Kay? Cleta said it. She's a fun bucket, isn't she? Where is she? She's a fun bucket. I'm like, I'm glad I'm following her because I'm like Captain Serious, hardcore. I'm like, she's fun. So, what's the amount of money? Why did they quit Mary Kay? My top 3 reasons. Thank you guys for being here. No louder voice than the voice at home. Husband's like, what are you doing? You gone all the time? Where's money?
Yeah.
I don't care how happy you are. Unless he's a real patient guy and he's already doing, he wants money. And then another reason, anyway, it doesn't matter. Y'all know the reason we want to keep people. What's the amount of money you would like to earn monthly? What would you like to do with your first 90 days of earnings? So I'm looking at the first quarter. How can I change her life by making some money? And her be like, whoa. Like a new consultant I went to work with the other day. She's like, I can't get anybody there, nobody what? I said, Kathleen, get them there. $1,200. She goes, oh my gosh, I made $600. You finished an hour and she's a CPA and an MBA. She's like, this is a great side hustle. Drove 6 hours to get to her. Are you needing me? How bad you want to build somebody? How quick you want to lose a CPA, MBA, sharp leader? How bad? How often, how long do you want her to sling mud on the wall and hope it sticks when I can have the rock star there, the director there, at the beginning? It didn't take long. Get up in the middle of the night. Go. It's worth it. I'm old school. I know. I couldn't do that on a Zoom with this particular person. Megan moves fast. She's got a lot more recruits than me, so there's always a skin it. But you be you, because after all, you just reinvented yourself and turned the Tesla, and after all, this is your new company, and after all, this is the way you roll, and that's the way she's going to roll. And we got a lot of bookings. They're like, yes, I'd love to do a party. She goes, so-and-so would never do it. She was my neighbor. I didn't even think she'd come. You sold her $350. I thought, dang straight. Then she did the closing because she made a woo-woo in front of me. This is how it might go. This is just here to drop it. Next prospect comes in for the individual close. She's a strong leader. She said, Audrey, I want to close so-and-so. We work together. I know her. What was I going to say? No, you can't. I said, okay. She sold her $40, lost the wholesale. I was about to sell her $150. It was awful. She left the room. Kathleen, that's the name of the recruit. Don't say anything, Megan. Don't post this, Lord. Susie. She was like, I just lost that because she knew why. I said, you all right? You're in training. We'll get her. No disappointment, even though I was like, stuff like that. Okay. Who is the most amazing person that you would love on your team to learn the business with? What's her name? First and last name, cell phones. I'm going to stalk her. And we're going to recruit her. Because if she's the most amazing person, that's who we're interviewing first, who's going to say yes because she loves her because it came to her mind first. If you asked me who my best friend was, I said, Gina. And you're my director. Wouldn't Miss Gina do it? Gina. We want to get their bestie. What does strong support from me look like to you? What does strong support from me look like to you? What are some of your natural strengths and abilities? If you could describe yourself in like 2 to 3 words, what would you say? What would they be? That's very insightful. Because 2 to 3 words isn't a lot. That's the top outline. That's what she thinks of herself, right? What's a dream that you have that it takes money to get? You may have to help her dig a tad. Let's get pictures. Let's cut it out. Let's cut out the outfit. Really? Yeah. Let's make a dream page together. I'm a little bit childlike with excitement and enthusiasm because this is my new company and this is the culture I want them to have. Yeah, because we could get that out. We could get you those shoes from TJ Maxx, Michelle. And how much would they be? Well, wow, if we could take profit from the first party to get that $50, would you just feel awesome if you could be wearing them like next week? And I could even go with you. This is an income producing activity. I went and brought a jacket with one of Megan's, her DIQ. We went to Dillard. She's 22 precious years old. We went shopping together. I was like her aunt. It was all I could do not to buy her everything, but you can't do that. How would you like to grow as a person? This may not all be hosed down in the first thing, but you can a la carte this conversation. This is my stuff that I like to know. Where do you see yourself in your business 1 year from now? She tells me, and I say, would it be okay with you, Pam, if I shared where I see you? Asked with the spirit of curiosity, not interrogation, very gentle. Not D, not I, not S, not C, neutral, very caring and loving. And then I tell her the truth, what I see. Vision. Who painted a vision for you? And they were with you in your space and you're thinking, what? Mary Kay Ash did it the second I met her. Scared, didn't know what to say, scared to death. I'm 20 whatever years old. There she was. And she looked at me. She had 2 seconds with all of us, 250 graduating class. She shook my hand and she said, pink Cadillac next. I come from a background where I was not a confident person at all. I looked at her and I thought, I'll never have one. That was my first thought. That's how powerful and strong and confident I was. And I said, yes, Mary Kay. And I thought, what in the, heck is she talking about? I thought that was like being an executive senior national something in my mind at that time. I just wasn't thinking that. She painted the dream for us right when she met us. Do they know how to earn a car? Have we printed off on InTouch the team building tier, the commission and how they get second? Have we taught them what to think about? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Audrey, we're gonna recruit your best friend Gina, we're gonna share with her, and if she doesn't do it, it's okay. If she recruits somebody enough, this is gonna build your future organization. This is money you're gonna make when we do that, da-da-da-da. Sometimes I've just got a piece of paper. Live mathematical training. People learn when they're working, when they write this down. Then I just had my little assistant who could run Canva write down red jacket rewards. What do you get when you get a red jacket? Okay, first time red, you get a bonus. I hope you still get that. Sorry, I didn't double check. 3 Great Starts qualified team members, $50 each, $150. 8% commission tier, $144. That's $394. Great Start consultants in their first 4 months of business receive the team building product bonus bundles, $120 times 6. That's $720 right there. That's $1,000 for your red. Okay, so let's think about Susan. What are we going to do with $1,000? Write down $1,000. Write down Susan earned $1,000. And also, I can tell you're a natural leader, and I believe you could, if she's competitive or all those things we're looking for, I say I think you could break a record. Oh, we're speaking her language. If she's a C, step by step, Susan, I'm here for you every step of the way. We can articulately break this down, and you could break a record. They wouldn't even know where you came from. You're small. Still waters run deeply, Susan, and I can tell you're listening and thinking and detail-oriented, and I love it. You're going to have the most organized stuff ever. As a matter of fact, you probably help me organize mine. Build up that C. She's powerful. $1,000 right away. This is in the conversation right away. Get your assistant to make you a Canva. It's the red. It's right there. Use the company stuff. It's all on there. Okay.
This is good, girl.
Yeah.
You're doing
Thank
great.
you so much.
You're doing
KT,
amazing.
then you are. I didn't know who was down there. I love a sister in the audience. They talk back to you. You're like, yay, somebody's
right.
happy. That's great.
Mary Kay Baptist Church, girl.
Mary Kay Baptist Church. That's funny. You gotta come up here. Okay. Okay, so, okay. How many appointments will you be holding per week if they take 2 hours each? When would be the best day for you in the next 2 weeks for us to schedule your debut? The booking script we have designed is to get the response you want. Todd, my husband, always tells me, that's really cool and that's nice. What was your result today? And I'm so happy. Yeah, how many new you got?
Come on.
What's your result today, you guys? A booking's not a result.
Talk about it.
Is it? I mean, it means to an end. Okay, so when you're looking at your stuff, ask yourself, this is not condescending, I respect y'all, and believe me, I do. Why am I doing this? What result is this getting me? Am I doing this because I always did it and it's comfortable? Petri dish? Yes? Am I excited about this Mary Kay outfit I'm presenting and doing? Do I love this? Really, ask yourself, how are people responding to this? What result are they getting as a result of my mentorship? Write that down. What result are they getting as a result of my mentorship? Because the last time I checked, if a professional football team keeps failing, they don't fire all the guys that got the bodies weak, like I'm married but not dead, we're rolling over. They fire the coach. The guys are ready. You ever heard that thing about the Navy SEALs? This is sitting in my notes. This is awesome. Navy SEAL. I come from a Marine Corps family. Navy SEALs. Got them in the rowboats. Contest. who's winning. They took the boat that kept winning, and they took that leader, and guys don't talk a lot if you haven't noticed. A lot of guys don't talk a lot. There was no talking. You can Google the story. And they took the leader of the winning rowboat, they took him out, they put him in the losing boat.
Let's see what happened.
All they did is change the leader. The losing boat
Became the
won with no words.
That's it.
Be a new leader.
That's it.
You got it. You're smart. Holy cow, you're so talented and
She brought
smart.
the fire.
And don't let the daggone devil keep lying to you and keep believing.
Come on, girl.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it.
I've got 4 minutes, I think. Think of freedom and choice people, strong leader people, stubborn people, all the people. They need to know why they're doing what they're doing and not just what to do. Otherwise, they'll just do what they think they heard, and that can result in false starts, failure, disappointment. It's a Michael Jordan concept. Depends whose balls the hands are in. Remember, they will perform how they see themselves.
Come on.
So Megan's the IQ yesterday. She sees herself different. I haven't told you everything. I told her I'll tell you later. I got hold of her. Sarah. Picture for Sarah. She's a real serious, quiet, introverted girl. She said, "Really, Miss Audrey?" I said, "Oh yeah, really." Okay. All right. Almost done. Teach them about the entrepreneurial cycle and how it goes with emotions ahead of time before they hit it.
Mm-hmm.
Teach them it. That's very important. Disappointment, frustration, coming back, all that. People want attention, affirmation, approval. After you show them the Red Jacket 1000, what would earning $1,000 give you access to? And be quiet. What would earning $1,000 give you access to? On your key people, does she have integrity? Is she teachable? Does she respond to you? Is she not always in a crisis? Is she not critical, sarcastic, jealous? Do others want to be in her space? She's key.
You better say it.
Can she bounce back? And perhaps most importantly, can she make something happen without you? And last but not least,
Bless you.
pray for these folks.
Amen.
Their mama might be praying for them. Are you praying for them by name and what they're dealing with? This is the most important thing I can say to you, and I will be quiet. Steno pad. It has a line down the middle. It's my prayer notebook for my business only. Got a personal prayer notebook. Life first, James 5:16. Power of a praying man, powerful and effective. Last time I checked, directors want to be powerful and effective. And we're trying not to be too competitive. I love you, but I'm so happy you're number one. I want to be number one. Her name is on the left with the date. I'm praying for her. The answer is on the right. Prayer in secret. How much time do you spend? Years ago, when I had the unwise thought to tell God Almighty that I was too busy to do this, He in all His wisdom gave me a very quick answer back through the Holy Spirit. And He said, since you're so time conscious, Captain D personality, I would like for you to set a timer, and I want you to pray for your key person, Susie Q, as long as you want to, and then look up at the timer and say and pray all you need to for her and see how long it was. I'm just an honest person. It was 60 whole seconds. And I prayed a lot for her. We're not too busy. We've got a legacy to continue.
Amen.
God first. First. Thank you so much.
Woo!